Good morning, friends. This is time for the week ending, uh, you know, 1st of April, and then a bit of preparation for the week starting 5th of April. Now, let's start with our S&P 500 chart and see how that is shaping up. The S&P 500 chart is now finally breaking out of a sideways situation and looking to make higher highs. I think the package has been received very well, the infrastructure plan, and from here it appears that a 4400 target on S&P 500 is quite likely. Now, having said this, first of all, I'd like to request everybody to like, share, subscribe the channel, and for membership services, we have several join button services like platinum, diamond, gold, silver, copper, etc. And these give you enhanced guidance through the day. And for questions on this, you can WhatsApp 98710 or email ashwani_gujral@yahoo.com. Or better still, just go to the join button, choose the service you want, and basically uh, do the formalities and you are ready to go. Now let's look at the parameters that we like to look at on a daily basis. The dollar index is still above 93 and in the near term it has stopped to making that much of a difference, and for the moment it still remains a concern. Let's go with the bond yield. 10-year bond yield is still above 1.7. So again, not very comforting. Now let's look at what the Nifty is doing. Nifty, if you see, we had pointed out this wedge. Market has broken out of this wedge, and the important thing this week is that we are now we closed about, I think, almost at previous week high, and given the way US markets closed on Thursday and the way SGX is trading, you are likely to go to the upper end of this range, which is about 15,250. So that way, I think there should be short covering from here, and the market should have life beyond 15,000. And the other reason for that is the Nifty Bank, where again you had a similar kind of a wedge, and we have now closed above the wedge. On the Bank Nifty, interesting bit is that you have a inside week after a fairly strong decline. In a sense, I would take this as some kind of a bottom, and once we can start trading up beyond 34,000, you could easily target 34,500 and 34,700. The interesting trade we had on Thursday was that when this sideways was going on On the 15-minute chart, what started to happen was we started to get this pin bar. This was the place where we got into 34,000 first 8th of April calls, and the market just rocketed up. And the reason was that you had call writers here who rushed to cover. Very important that whenever you are trading, try to take a view on where the other party may be there. So once we basically had two lows which were very similar. So this was the congestion zone where the bank nifty came down to, and it became a support that the bank nifty held on to. Whenever you are trying to trade and you hold a previous day low and you have some kind of a congestion, often the move that you get from that congestion is fairly significant. So that was the idea behind this trade, and it almost did 600 points. We have carried it. I would think 34,500 is easily possible on Bank Nifty in the coming week. Let's look at the option chain. Again, 15,000 has now got 1st of April. So 15,000 has 25,000 open interest, and I think 12,000 addition was there. But overall, I think put writing is there at 14,700 now, about 22,000. So 14,700 to about 15,000 appeared to be two strong levels. And once we can take out 15,000 on the banks, we can take out 34,000. I think the market is poised for higher levels. FII buying is still not as much as we would like, but given that the market is net short and fairly light, it is possible that you do get upside action. 34,000, you have about 18,000 OI, and 33,500, you have about 16,000. Once this 34,000 is crossed, there is basically nothing till 34,500. Having said this, given that the bank nifty was in a downtrend and suddenly it turned midway, this was the downtrend we were in, and you were supposed to go down like that, but the bank nifty suddenly turning midway is going to trap a lot of short people on the upside. Now, for the next week, 14,789 is the weekly pivot. You have a weekly pivot on Bank Nifty at about 33,667. So we are making higher pivots than last week. So that is automatically an upside indication. For Monday, 14,722 is your pivot zone, and on Bank Nifty still 33,400, 500 should act as an important support. So for next week, things remain extremely positive once we can cross and trade beyond previous week highs, which is about 14,875, 900 thereabouts. And on the Bank Nifty, 34,000 will be a key level. That should be it. Take care, trade well, and please consult your financial advisor.